Meenakshi Arun is a full-time professional in the technology industry. After meeting a community of like-minded gardeners, thanks to Dr. B.N. Vishwanath's Garden City Farmers and being a part of the organic terrace gardening since 2012, there was truly no looking back. Today, Meenakshi and Arun grow up to 80% of their flower, vegetable, and fruit needs and enjoy sharing their experiences and learning from others. She regularly shares simple and practical tips for urban foodscaping on her Instagram account Meenakshi_Arun. She strongly believes local community edible gardens and community supported agriculture are the only options for food security. Here, Meenakshi Arun shares simple gardening tips during a tour of her home garden in a 3-part series.
You can see vermicasts in this pot. You can see how rich the soil is. You can create this kind of environment in your pots by first of all adding organic matter, and also by doing a simple trick of when you prepare the pot, put a thick layer of dry leaves at the bottom of the pot. So as your vermicompost worms hatch, they will start to feed on that material, and what you get is this rich matter as the plant grows. This is a great way to build an ecosystem. What you're seeing here is tomatoes planted with spring onions. They make great companions because garlic and onion always repel most of the pests that attack the tomato plants. One of the things to keep in mind when you're growing tomatoes is the lower leaves will continue to yellow as they age, so you must prune these regularly, as these are the nesting areas for most of the pests. So whether it's mealybugs or aphids or mites, and then you also can attract powdery mildew. So these are things you should frequently prune and keep the bed neat. The underside of leaves, so in plants like lady's finger, this is where most of the pests will be. You have to look both under the leaf and above when you go around your garden. And again, you will see a lot of aphid attacks. You can see some also powdery mildew if there is a lot of rain. Some of the companions I have seen that have worked for lady's finger. This is an amaranth that I planted. Although it's quite healthy, it has in past seasons also attracted some of the mites away from the main plant. And what you're seeing here is radish. This has also been a very good companion crop this time. Both have been doing very well, and I'm experimenting on some of these. Planting some tulsi or marigold near chilies is also a good way to manage the pests on chilies. White flies will frequently attack them. So having the marigold nearby but not within the bed is an important way to manage the companion planting so that you only have repulsion but you don't attract more flies onto your chilies. I also have some gongura here. What you can see here is a fruit fly attack on a tomato. You can see that the fruit is getting slowly gray, and that is the hole pierced by the fly, and that's the fly, right? So this should not be confused with blossom end rot, which typically starts as a round circle at the bottom of the fruit, and that is caused by a calcium deficiency. So it's very important to identify the reason behind the problems before you attempt to treat them. I've also planted Cuban oregano. You can see this here. It's also called Doddapatre or Karpooravali. Any of these fragrant herbs are good to mix with your vegetables, and they do a very good job of repelling a lot of pests. In general, it is a good practice to proactively spray either a solution of shikakai or soap nut on all your plants at least once a week, even if there is no pests. Or you can also spray neem oil before the situation occurs. Brinjal and spinach, there's more marigold. Let me show you an ash weevil brinjal leaves. When they're cut at the edge like this, it's typically because of these beetles. And if you check in the morning or late evening, you can actually find them and just hand pick them. So you can choose to just put them away some other place, or you can put them into a mug of water and ensure that you break the cycle of infestation. It's always again good to make sure you have a lot of flowers that are attracting the pollinators in each of these beds. One of the common reasons for pest attacks is also unexpected weather. So we had a lot of rain followed by heat, some dry weather, and this causes other diseases like the leaf curl virus in the chilies. So you can see here there's a chili plant that is impacted. It starts with a whitefly attack, then becomes the leaf curl. You'll see powdery mildew, but all of this is quite easily treated in the garden with some home remedies. And you can see here there are it's a chili plant that is recovered completely just by regular sprays of sour buttermilk. There is another one. Both of them are flowering and fruiting. It also helps to have these aromatic herbs near them. The powdery mildew will develop as these white patches under the leaves.